Hello, my name is Miss Nina, and I'm a K-4 teacher here at Daharan Hill School, and I have the pleasure of leading today's topic in establishing routines. Last week, you received tips on how to create rules at home, so today I want to show you the value in establishing routines for your child. Typically, when students start school, teachers spend the first 6 weeks really creating, implementing, and practicing routines at school. So it's going to be beneficial to both home and school to create a routine. We will go over what a routine is, why we have routines, and how to create them. Let's get started. A routine is a sequence of activities that is regularly followed. So we can create a morning routine or something before school, an after school routine, and a bedtime routine. Here is why we shall create one. It provides organization, structure, and predictability to your child's day. So visual schedules are a great way to build routine and inform kids about the expectations for the day. It teaches time concepts and sequencing. So even if you don't use specific times with your visual schedule, children can see what comes next. Visual schedules can also be used to teach abstract concepts like first, next, last, or before and after. Next, it teaches responsibility and planning. So kids can take part in planning out their day. They can help you build the visual schedule or the routine for the day. In doing so, this allows them to think about and plan out tasks in an appropriate sequence. Visual schedules can also be used to break down tasks into smaller steps, allowing our children a better way to master basic life skills. Also, it eases transitions. So switching tasks can be extremely tough for some kids. A visual schedule, however, reduces meltdowns and struggles about moving to the next task because the schedule visually depicts what comes next. It provides independence. So kids can check the visual schedule when they want. They can move on to the next task by themselves by referencing the schedule to see what comes next. It builds self-esteem. Since visual schedules allow children to develop responsibility and independence, kids' self-esteem can also be strengthened. Kids can see the progress they make by checking off things on the schedule and feeling a sense of accomplishment. And it allows change to be introduced easily. So a new task or activity can easily be introduced into a visual schedule by placing it between two items already on a schedule. Since kids can see the new change visually and where the change takes place, they can adapt a little bit better to those changes. Okay, so where are we going to put our visual schedule? You want to make sure it's in a visible area and that it's at eye level. There are some students that may need that visual schedule to be with them. So you might make a smaller visual schedule that they can take around to each activity, or you can make a big one. So let's create your visual schedule. What first you're going to need is to choose a style. So do you want a chart or a checklist? You're going to need cardstock. You're going to need printable picture cards. If you decide to use the pocket chart, you'll have the chart with you and you can place it on the wall, or you can simply just have the picture cards and place them on the wall themselves. If you're thinking about making a checklist, you can laminate it and then it becomes a dry erase board. So now your child can use their marker and check it right off. I have laminator on there as optional. I love to preserve what you've created. And then a timer. A timer can be so effective. Timers, kind of replace the adult in the room. So you don't really need to rely on adult to tell you where to go. It's time for this. The timer kind of does that for you, and it takes that off of you. So timers can be super effective. Okay, so today's takeaways. Model for your child the expectation. Walk through this visual schedule with them. Do it a couple of times till they kind of get the hang of it. Make it interactive by having your child help set up. Then they can remove them when they're finished, or again, they can check it off. Include kit choices into your routine. So you know your child, and you know if your child needs a sensory break or they need some type of movement break, right? So, you could be finishing breakfast right before you log on. Oh, let's go do 2 scoots. Let's go. Let's hop to Google Meet. And just put in those naturally embedded breaks. And then last but not least is be positive. Create a reward system. So, this could be a sticker chart. This could be iPad for 2 minutes. Or something more immediate, like, having your child pick out a toy to bring to small groups as that transition object. All right, so we have a couple of resources for you. Some reading material, also some examples of checklists, and then we have some blank templates for you by gender, and then we printed off some printable cards. So these are going to be your basic kind of morning routine cards that you can use. And last thing, your classroom teacher is your best resource. So if there are any pictures that you're thinking about that you want to embed, that you don't have access to, just ask us, and we are more than welcome to send those over to you. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining in our Parent Corner today, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.